So welcome everyone. We have a great little party planned for you because we thought, we're all about doing serious work and learning serious things, and we're always serious. And so, but life doesn't have to be only serious. So we wanted to have a little party with you. So for those that don't know me, I think maybe I have not met maybe one person here or two. Kirti Kals, I'm the CEO of the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation. And we're so happy that we made it through the year and we've done amazing things thanks to Chelsea and our staff and the group of amazing women who are here today who have helped plan activities and carry out programs. So I'll just go quickly through my screen in no particular order, but just for you, but just left to right on my screen. Jane Selbaum, Linda Lang, Lucia Paris,
Hi.
Amy DeLillo, Carol Hahn, and that's it for now, but we're missing some people. They will show up. So I want to thank you, our core group for the P2P, and thank you for coming. So I think without further ado, we should I was told to remind you to put your screen, set your screen on gallery view. If you have any questions, let us know how to do it so that you can see, we can all see each other. We can all see everyone here. And I will pass the word on to Linda.
Thank you so much, Kirti. Thank you so much. And thank you all for being here and being here early. There's a beautiful schedule that's planned with wonderful ideas, and we're really hoping for interaction with everyone. And at the very beginning, I was asked to make a toast. And part of that has to do with this silly idea that we were to bring drinks with us, festive drinks. So if you brought a festive drink, if not, imagine that you did, hold it with great joy, and lean in, friends. Take a good look around at one another. And if you would like to nominate someone's drink as the very best, the most festive, go ahead and put it in the chat. Vote for Chelsea. Her drink has a name.
I vote for you because you have an umbrella.
I always have an umbrella, Jane. I mean, actually. So anyway, truly, colleagues and friends, lean in, take a good look at one another as we toast not just this moment, but one another. A toast to your compassion and to your commitment. Cheers.
Cheers. Salute.
Cheers.
Salute. Now, other people may join us and feel somewhat left out. And so if you see people waving their drinks, well, we'll give them a thumb up, and at a girl and a boy. As we get started today, though, I do want to just take a moment to acknowledge one very important thing. When peer-to-peer began, it was an initiative that was really dedicated to the idea that we as individuals are not alone. The work that we do is difficult. Sometimes it's lonely. It's never not intense. And so it's very important for us to be able to acknowledge the tenderness of what we do and the energy that it takes. And so being able to come together in a moment like this, where we can truly be present for one another, it's too important not to acknowledge this devotion, really, that this core group of individuals has to supporting one another to supporting scholarship, being friends, being mentors. And so as this year ends, we thank you for your presence in the programming and look forward to the year ahead, hopefully with more input, so that we're really able to target what everyone is looking for on many different levels, not just the professional side, but the personal side. And so as we continue through this afternoon's event, just know, please, how very much it means for all of us to have you here. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That's nice.
Thank you, Linda.
So we have a couple people running late. So why don't we, Linda, use this time to do a quick icebreaker, maybe? Our favorite thing, the holiday.
Okay,
Take a
all
minute,
right.
our favorite word.
All right, so here you go. I'm not necessarily the icebreaker chick, except that some of the work I do is with groups of people who happen to have ADHD, and sometimes their parents come to an end of the year celebration. And so the person who runs the program leans in. So I'm going to lean in, And we're going to get to know each other. We're going to play a little game. And the name of this game is My Favorite Thing. So I'll give you an example. So it would be, I would say, I'm Linda, and my favorite thing is blueberry smoothies with whipped cream on top. And if you agree with me, then you say spontaneously, OMG, me too. All right. So just for fun, unmute yourselves. And I'm going to say, I'm Linda. So this is a test. I'm Linda, and my favorite thing is a blueberry smoothie with coconut whipped cream.
Oh,
and you say,
me too.
Me too.
All right, so there are a couple of you. So what if I was to say, one of my very favorite things is waiting until it gets dark, lighting a candle and just sitting in the glow.
Me too.
OMG, me too.
OMG, me too.
Okay, so I know we're grown-ups, but it's really fun. So Amy, I'm going to throw it to you.
I'm Amy DeLillo, and one of my favorite things is Oscar movie season.
OMG, me
Ooh,
too.
OMG, me too.
Now, Amy, you throw it to the next person.
Jane.
Okay, well, yes, I'm Jane, and one of my favorite things I was going to say is snuggling with my dog.
OMG,
Making
me
noise right now.
too.
Me too.
So I'm going to throw it over to Carol and mute myself.
Which Carol?
Murmury.
I'm Carol Murmy, and one of my favorite things is chocolate.
OMG, me too.
OMG, I don't know what that is. Taco?
Oh my gosh.
Chocolate.
Oh, OMG.
Oh,
I should've said
chocolate?
it. OMG.
Chocolate.
Oh my
I'll
God.
do it again. My favorite
Chocolate. Oh, yes.
Oh, I thought you said taco. I'm like, what is
OMG,
that?
me too.
Okay, chocolate.
OMG, yes.
So you can say, oh my gosh, oh my God, OMG, me too.
Me too.
Who knew?
I'm gonna throw it
All right.
to Diane.
One of my favorite things is looking at the stars and the planets at night.
Me
OMG.
OMG, me too.
Me too.
And I'll throw it to Polly.
One of my favorite things is walking through the woods with my dogs.
Me too.
OMG, me too.
Too.
Throw it to someone.
Lana?
Hi, everyone. One of my favorite things is listening to my bird that I've had for 23 years. Every day, wake me up with a beautiful song.
OMG.
OMG.
I love that.
Me too.
Me too. I love birds.
I have a fake one. I have a recording on my wake up sunrise lamp that sings to me. So me too with an artificial one.
And I don't know pretty much anyone there, but maybe the other Carol.
Okay. Hi, my name's Carol Hahn, and I have to throw out some kitty love. So one of my favorite things is petting my cat.
Oh, me too.
too.
For the feline lovers.
Oh,
Throw it to
now
someone.
let's see. How about Judy?
Hi, everyone. My name's Judy, and one of my favorite things is doing yoga.
Oh,
OMG.
Too.
Now you
Toss it
throw
to
it to
someone.
someone else.
Oh, let's see. Is it Lucy or Lucia?
Lucia.
It's
With the
really
Santa
Lucia,
hat.
But people call me Lucia. But thank you for
All right.
saying it the Italian way.
Well,
I'm
that's because I'm
Lucia,
Italian.
and one of my favorite things to do is spend time in nature and take notice to everything around me.
Oh my God, me too.
Me too.
Let's see, who did? Chelsea, did you go already? No.
No,
Chelsea.
my favorite thing is bluegrass music.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Me too.
You guys are just saying that.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, I'm gonna throw it to Abby.
I'm gonna walk as I talk. My child just walked in. Anyway, one of my favorite things is waking up super early by myself and coming downstairs to my kitchen and chopping vegetables for a really big soup. Very much.
I would love to do that too if I could get up early.
I wish I had the
Good
energy
idea,
to do
too.
that.
I like the soup part.
And your whole house smells good all day.
That sounds great.
that sounds great.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Beautiful.
All right,
Oh,
I think
my
we got,
sister Brett, who didn't go?
I think we got Anne left, and maybe
Or
Kirti.
Okay, Anne.
Ursula.
Anne.
Ursula.
And Ursula. I hope Ursula's figuring it out.
Well, truly my favorite thing to do is hike in the woods. I do it every single day, but that's already been taken. So I would have to say my morning coffee in silence.
Oh,
Nice.
OMG,
OMG, me too.
My sister
Abby, I love your mug.
I didn't mean to use it today. Like, it's the biggest one.
I'm trying to think. Ursula, can you do it?
Yes, sure. Thank you. My name is Ursula Bunting, and I have so many favorite things and just not enough time to do them all. And yoga was one of them, but I think Judy said yoga. So for me, I'm not a coffee drinker, so it's a matcha tea with collagen and almond milk in the morning. And it's
OMG.
ritual.
OMG, I love that.
It's awesome. If you haven't tried it, please do.
wow. Great combo. Okay. So as other people come on, are we going to continue? Are we ready to begin? What would you like to do? Hello, Donna.
I think, Linda, maybe we should do one or two more and then go to Amy.
Great. Okay. So I think everyone has joined in except for Donna. So Donna, if you unmute yourself, you have the rare opportunity to tell us one of your all-time favorite things.
One of my all-time favorite things?
Things
Anything?
to do or things that you like or
yeah.
Well, I love going to plays, love going to Broadway.
Oh,
Me too.
oh my gosh,
Me too.
Yay. So I could just, I'll just leave it there. That's hopefully 2023 will draw us back to Broadway.
Perfect. Perfect. Great. And if we had more time, we would ask you to sing your favorite score.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's so good that you're here. So Amy, if you are ready.
Yes, absolutely.
Great, thank
Welcome,
you.
everybody. Thank you so much for sharing and showing up for yourselves and for each other. So this part of our program, we're going to be, sorry, you're seeing my eyes flit around. I'm going to put you guys back on gallery. So thank you for, so are you guys seeing me as speaker? Like
Yes.
my screen is
Yes.
big for you?
Yes,
Okay,
speaker.
yeah. So my eyes were glazing because I want to have you back on gallery so I can talk to all of you, not just to my own face. Okay, so thank you for that moment of Zoomy weirdness. So my name is Amy DeLillo, and I am so glad you're all here, showing up for yourselves, for each other. This part of our program, we're going to be talking about the different pillars and how we can approach the pillars to or tap into the power of the pillars to support us during the holiday season and every other season after that. So the segment, the pillar that that I chose is exercise. Not just because it was the only one left, but because that is my wheelhouse. So as a yoga therapist, yoga teacher, there's just like running jokes in my family that one of my favorite go-to things to do is just to run around a lot. So I have always, ever since I was a child, been someone who loves to move. So no one ever needed to sell me on that idea. I actually have needed to sell myself on stillness and the power of that, but we'll talk about that later. So as exercise goes, how can we support ourselves during the holiday season and any other time where we feel like we have gotten too busy, our schedule's gotten so full that maybe we're not moving in the ways that we have typically chosen to nourish ourselves. So I want everyone to just take a moment to ask yourselves, what movement brings you joy? Maybe take a pause and close your eyes and just tune in and inquire, what movement brings me joy? And softly opening your eyes as you're ready. And maybe put that in the chat box so we can get some ideas from you about that, because not everyone has to love the same things. Thank God for that. There are so many ways to move. So my wheelhouse, oh, Kirti, dance. You did not choose me for dance, my friend. I'm going to do yoga, but you love to dance. So I want all of you to think about what movement brings you joy. And think about your, oh, I love it, bike riding. We've got some great things coming up. And what are your, what I like to call non-negotiables? So when our schedules start to get busy, what is non-negotiable for you? All right. Some people will say, well, you know, having my morning coffee is non-negotiable. And arguably that is a good decision. But how about movement? Because that's nourishment as well. What is non-negotiable for you? So for me, I move for many reasons. One of them is joy, pleasure, health, wellness, prevention, but also I have scoliosis. If I don't move, I am a grouch, and my husband will bring that to my attention. Honey, please go do yoga. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. He doesn't have to ask me very often because I know what I need. So non-negotiable, I must move my spine in all of its directions. That's for me in my body. So I want you to think about what is your non-negotiable for you. And then during busy times of your life or seasons of your life, think of them as snacks, movement snacks. So what is non-negotiable and what could you do for 5 minutes? Because we can do 5 minutes of anything, right? 5 minutes. And what happens in this really sneaky way is if we say, well, I can do that for 5 minutes, all of a sudden we start to feel better, and 5 might turn into 10, and so on it goes. So my advice to you during any time of the year is to say, what are my non-negotiables? What movement brings me joy? Can I do it for just 5 minutes or more? And then let the games begin from there. Okay. So part of, oh, I love it. You guys are giving me such great ideas down here. Thank you. So you are welcome during this activity portion of my little segment to move with me in some of my favorite ways, or maybe in your little box in the world, you're going to move in your way. So Kirti, I know you're going to be dancing through my yoga. Carol, if you want to hop on your stationary bike in there. Yeah. Okay. It's up to you guys. If you want to do this with me, all right, a little bit often is one of my strategies. And I call this the spinal 7 or once around the block, all right, of my body. So you can do this seated, standing, or on the mat. I had this fantasy I was going to show you all the different ways, but that would be a little bit crazy. That'd be Amy moving a little too much. Okay. So I'm going to go to my mat, but you can do this on your chair if you would rather. To do your spinal 7. Welcome to my yoga studio and master bedroom. It's just how we're rolling these days, right? All right. So spinal 7, no matter where you are, our spine moves in 7 primary ways. One of them is long. So lengthen through your spine. If we just do that through the day, we've moved beautifully. Forward and back, cat and cow. Preferably on your breath. Exhale one direction, inhale the other. Another way you can layer your practice, do this with your friends or family. Now we're stacking the pillars. Side to side, 2 more ways our spine can move. Lateral flexion, your comfortable range of motion. Maybe you're looking upward as your sides stretching. So we've moved with length, that's 1. Side to side, 2, 3. Forward and back, 5, 4, 5. I'm losing count. We have 2 more waves to move, and that's twisting. Once your spine is long, exhale on your twist. And I hope you're feeling better already, whether you're dancing or doing yoga. Moved our spine in all directions with length, forward and back, side to side, twist, twist. One more thing, because it is this time of year, is breath of joy. And I invite everybody to come to a standing position or seated. Just take your legs a little bit wider than hips width apart. This can get our heart rate up a little bit and let go of any stuck stress. None of us are stressed though, right? None of us are stressed here today. But if you are a little bit, we're just going to inhale our arms up, your range of motion. Maybe arms are separate, maybe hands are together. As you exhale, make as much gentle exhalation noises as you'd like. You don't need to scream, but just ha. All right, let's inhale together. Ha. Your range of motion. Inhale up. This time we'll ha our arms on the outside of our legs. Move on your breath. Ha. 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 Let's go 2 more times. Let's inhale up. Oh, let's collect all that joy that we've shared together. Exhale, hands down the center line. Breath of joy. Spinal 7. Does everyone feel better? Yoga snacks. So maybe that works for you. Maybe there's another way that you prefer to move. Whatever works for you, just get out there, get up, get moving. I don't know if I went overtime or not, because Chelsea, I got in it, girl. I got in it. So I think my time's up. Thank you.
We're good. We're good. We're on time,
Thank you.
everyone. Thanks. So that was our pillar 3, and we are going to jump back to pillar 1 just to keep you guys on your toes. So I will ask Mary Lou to take over.
Hi there. First of all, my apologies to all of you. I definitely need to take the supplements I'm about to talk about because I thought this started at 1, which is our usual time. So thank you, Jane, for saying, are you coming on? And it was quite the mad dash around here, but here I am. So today, to talk about diet and supplements, I've chosen 3 different topics. One is recipes that fit the Mediterranean diet. So I am sharing with you a holiday pizza and a holiday mousse that follow within our diet, and the recipes will be in the chat for you to download if it sounds like something good to you. The next thing I want to share with you is, oh, wait, I have to take a sip of my holiday drink. Excuse me. All right. Next is going to be what supplements would be best suited for this time of year when we need both energy and calm. And there will be a handout in the chat for that. And then the third is my tips for how I managed to lose 50 pounds and keep it off and make it through all these holiday seasons. So these are not scientific. These are just what worked for me. So I will go back then to the first one, which is the holiday pizza. And it is not cooked yet, but I have it prepared.
Wow,
And
that looks
so
nice. Wonderful.
This pizza is red, white, and green. So the colors look really, I think, festive. And the really great thing is that it takes 25 minutes to prepare and maybe 15 minutes to cook. So it's quick, and that's what I need. I'm working, I need it fast. So you take a store-bought pizza. I kind of like the Boboli. And then there's a pesto sauce that you put on the pizza. And then you put fresh toppings of your choice. I also gave you a recipe for my herbed chicken. So there's herbed chicken in the one I showed you. And there are sliced tomatoes and sun-dried tomatoes and mushrooms and spinach. Good. And then it's topped with feta cheese. And then you pop it in the oven. The package says 450 for 10 to 15 minutes, and it's done. So then and how many it serves? Well, it depends on appetites in the house. In my household, it serves the two of us because we each eat half. So it just depends on what you want. The next is the holiday mousse. Okay. Now, this only takes 5 minutes to make. And can you guess the vegetable that's in it? Anybody?
Zucchini.
Sweet potato.
Avocado.
Avocado.
Avocado. So that gives it this really creamy texture. It uses 2 avocados. And then it also uses chocolate cocoa powder. And then you can either use Dutch chocolate or chocolate chips and some milk of your choice. I used oat milk. And then for flavoring, I used 1/4 cup of maple syrup to make it for sweetness. And then just, it already is creamy enough. You just go ahead and chill it. But this made 4 of these, the recipe that I'm sharing. So that would basically give you dinner in 45 minutes. So I wanted to share that with you and hope to hear from you if you enjoyed the recipes. Now I'm going to switch comments, and I have this handout that is going to be in the chat. And so the first thing to remember, as Amy was talking about, what do you need to do first thing in the morning? Well, one of them is to remember your multivitamin, multi-mineral, and have that part of your routine. And the information I'm sharing is from our BLTT curriculum. So I just pulled out highlights, and it's a full potency vitamin if it has 50 milligrams of the B complex. So you need to check that on your label. And the next for overall health is the holidays. We sometimes have alcohol more than usual. And what happens with alcohol is it depletes vitamin B1. And so to help the body boost that back up, it's recommended that you have at least 50 milligrams of B1 a day. And you can't take too much of B1 or any of the B vitamins because they're water soluble. Again, you might want to check with your doctors because there might be interference with medicines or whatever. So, but these are just the recommended supplements that can give us hopefully a healthy overall body. And then the next one is often too at the holidays, we're eating things that are not always what we usually eat, and we can get too much acid. So if we have too much stomach acid, sometimes we take omeprazole or Prilosec, and that interferes with the absorption of B12 into the bloodstream. So if that is the case for you or someone you know, then it's recommended to have a dosage of 1 milligram or 1,000 micrograms of B12 a day. And I searched online on medical sites and you could go up to 2 milligrams, but it may start making you feel bloated or have a headache. So again, everything is what you need to do with the advice of your physician. Then we want to fight all those germs and viruses out there, right? So we're going to look at antioxidants. And vitamin C is perhaps the most valuable antioxidant because in our brain, when tests have looked at how much vitamin C is in the body, the brain has 15 times more vitamin C than the rest of our body. So it's really helping to protect our brain. And the recommended dose for vitamin C is 1,500 milligrams a day. And then if you want to give it another boost, you join it with vitamin E because vitamin E works very well with vitamin C to protect against damage by free radicals. And vitamin E supplement would be 400 international units a day. And then the next one is NAC or N-acetylcysteine, and that helps the body combat oxidative stress caused by free radicals, those radicals. And the recommended dose is 200 milligrams a day. And then when we need to calm down, we have our friend ashwagandha. And that is a substance that removes the body's or improves the body's response to stress. And the recommended dosage for that is 300 milligrams a day. So hopefully those little tips can help you as you look at the sheet to think, well, maybe where do I need to tweak or boost from here to give myself the best chance of success? So the next part is Mary Lou's tips for surviving holidays parties. So 50 years ago, I was 50 pounds heavier, and I didn't like how it felt. So these are things I just came up with on my own. One is I knew I was eating out of boredom. So I started buying sunflower seeds in the shell. And it kept my hands busy getting that little tiny kernel. And I did it one by one. I didn't throw in a whole mouthful. And I opened each one by one. And that kept my hands busy and my mouth busy. But I actually wasn't getting that many calories. Another tip is before you go to a party, and you know there's going to be maybe a lot of food, is to drink 1 or 2 glasses of water to fill up your stomach. And when I was very heavy, I used to eat a whole head of iceberg lettuce. And it didn't hurt me, but it really, really then gave me the feeling of being full. The next one I call the Trojan horse. It's beware of what you see outside because who knows what's lurking within. And so this one is, I love desserts. And so I started looking at a piece of chocolate cake as something I had to rethink and reimagine. So I imagined the ingredients of chocolate cake. And I imagined a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, and a stick of butter. And I said to myself, would I ever go to the cupboard and eat a whole cup of flour? Even a teaspoon of flour? Would I ever go to the cupboard and shove in 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar? Would I ever go to the refrigerator and take a bite of butter? No. So by reimagining it, imagining it, it helped me to say, okay, this is all of this camouflaged. And I need to think about what it really is that I'm eating. So that helped me with desserts. However, there are moments when I didn't care what any of what I just told you. It was like, I want that dessert. So I would allow myself one bite. You don't need to eat the whole thing to know what it tastes like. And I would savor that bite so much, but I would take the one bite and then I could leave it alone. So that was another one. And Chelsea, I don't have my phone going. How much time do I have?
You have about 2 minutes.
Okay, so here's another couple. The brain takes 20 minutes to catch up with what is in the stomach. So chew slowly and then give your brain a chance to register what's gone on there. And the first time you start to feel full, stop. Just don't keep eating, because that's how overeating happens. The next one is to reduce your portion size. So instead of 2 spoons, take 1 spoon. Another one, and the last one, is an isometric exercise I call Uncle Harry's tummy tuck. My Uncle Harry was an insurance salesman, and he was on the road all the time, driving to his clients and eating out. And the whole family used to say to him, how do you keep your stomach so flat? So what he does is that when he's driving, he just takes his stomach, and you can do this now, and just tuck it in as hard as you can and hold it for as long as you can, and then release it. And of course, you know, the word for it is isometric, but at 9, I didn't know that. And doing that really has kept my stomach flat. It really makes a difference just doing that one exercise whenever you think about it. So I wish you all happy holidays, and I can't wait to hear from the rest of you.
Oh, thank you.
You're marvelous, Mary Lou.
Yeah, Kirti was having a ball.
Thanks. I've got more.
So I have made dark chocolate cookies with avocados, and I really love dark chocolate. So for me, it was great. But at the time, I was living with an Italian family, and I didn't mention to them in time that they were like sugar-free cookies. I think they were like with bananas and avocados, and this poor Italian woman just literally spit it back out. They absolutely hated my cookies. Yeah, a little bit too healthy, I think, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good to know going into those that they're not your normal cookies. They're healthy, and they're a little bit more bitter, but they're good.
Yeah. Well, and you can use milk chocolate chips and milk chocolate cocoa if you know that would be maybe less sharp with this recipe anyway.
Yeah, well, I like it, but they did not. So
well, so you got more.
Awesome, thank you. So our next person is Alessia. She is here.
Hi. Yes, here I am. So we will go with the with pillar number 2, stress management. And first thing, I would like to hear from you, because we know that even holidays can be stressful. So, but how and when? What stresses you most during holidays, or preparing holidays, or after holidays? Christmas holidays, of course. Anyone willing to share?
I'll share. I'm terrible at thinking of and buying gifts. I get I get very stressed about gift giving. Like I want to do.
That's common.
Yeah.
That's common. And do you start very early, or do you do that the day before or something like that?
I tend to then leave it because I think, and then I'm like, oh my God, now I got to really get something now.
Another point about gifts, it's do I give something which is very personal for the person, very specific, or shall I buy something I like and then suppose that they like too?
Right.
And it is not easy. Anyone else?
Well, for me to build on what Jane said, my family lives in Seattle, and so I have to get everything in the mail by this week for it to be sure that they're going to get it if they go elsewhere, because then they're leaving early. So we have come up with, first of all, agreeing that all the adults are going to quit giving each other presents, and that took a lot of it off. And then the next one is to give experiences rather than gifts, or give to charity in their name. So, you know, one year I gave my granddaughter a rock climbing experience where she went to one of those rock walls and got to do that. And the other part of that is it doesn't cost to mail it. It can either go online or in a card. So that helped a lot.
Good. So you're not very stressed because you have a strategy.
Well, I have other stresses.
Yeah.
We've totally switched to experiences, because my mom would get sick every Christmas because she just would be so stressed out. And you know, then there's the clutter issue and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we're totally on experiences, and I'm like, I don't do the gift stuff. The gift is togetherness, and it makes it so much nicer. But holiday music, no, let me preface it with relentless holiday music stresses me out. And my husband lovingly, affectionately calls me the Scrooge, like the Pixie Scrooge, because I'm like a very happy person, but my trigger gets really short with the relentless, like Mariah Carey, really. Like earworms, relentless. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Silence is my friend. Yeah.
Anyone else with music, gifts, or something else?
I know for me, it's just, there's just too much to do. And it may be fun things. I mean, there may be gatherings and stuff, but it's just like so much all at once.
At the same time, and many people around, probably. Okay, so we know that
Lucia also wants to say something. Lucia.
I was just going to say, trying to please everybody. It's really something that's kind of hard to do.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, and there is not really a reason why we have to please everybody, because more than Christmas than the other times of the year. But it's a natural mechanism. It's a natural pattern to wish to do that. Right. Thank you, Lucia. Okay, so holidays can be stressful. So what are the strategies and the tips that we can use during the holidays? So in the moments where we feel upset or stressed, or maybe we are having discussions. This is another point. We maybe see people that we usually don't see during the year. So sometimes we are familiar because they are from family, but we lost the day-to-day relationship. So it can be difficult sometimes. So in these cases, we can use a breathing pattern. So let me share it with you. There is a breathing, of course, this can be very, very useful all along the year, of course. And in the peaks of stress, in the periods where we know that we are going to face some stress, some sort of stress, So this is not something that we can do in the moment. I mean, we can also, but it's better to do during those days to be more calm and more present and more strong to face difficulties. So it is also called the coherence breathing, and it's long breathing. Doesn't need to be very deep, but just long. So we breathe, inhaling in 5 seconds and exhaling, same thing, through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling is through the nose in 5 seconds. So when we inhale, we just count mentally with the mind, silently. Let's do it together. So let's be seated, comfortable, and spine is straight but comfortable, relaxed, and shoulders are relaxed. And we can close the eyes and start inhaling through the nose and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can have a very, very small pause, but very small, and then exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Always through the nose, always through the nose. Breathing through the nose is completely different from breathing through the mouth. And it's much more effective in calming down the nervous system. So let's keep on with this pattern and always counting 5 in the inhale and 5 in the exhale. Let's look at our belly and make sure that when we inhale, the belly comes out, expands, and then when we exhale, it goes, the navel point goes to the spine, towards the spine. Go on, go on. Keep on counting. One minute of this kind of breathing is enough to bring peace to the autonomic nervous system and to be more balanced and to calm down stress. So, and it's very, very quick. It's very, very quick. Actually, a few seconds are already enough, but if we do it, let's do it for at least 1 minute. So the effect is more intense. Okay. Is that clear? Is that easy? It's not always easy because we are used to breathe sometimes in a more quick way and confused way, and above all when we are stressed or anxious, the breathing is pumping up. Okay, so another thing that you can do when you are upset is very, very simple. In Italian we have come si dice, un proverb that says canta che ti passa, and it's really true because when we are upset, there is a very, very quick way to calm down and to change our emotional status. It's sing a song or whistle, cantare. So at Christmas, we have many nice songs, so we can choose just one of them, and the ones Amy doesn't like. and and sing a song. Okay. Another thing that we can do very quickly and without taking much time is just taking a walk. And taking a walk is better, of course, if you can have some green around you. So because the presence of the nature is already calming down, even if you don't do anything special. So actually, even 5 minutes walking in a park, in a garden, or it depends where you are, is something you can use if you are in the right place. Another thing that we can do to not to be too stressed in this period is something very, very easy too. It's drink a glass of water as soon as we get up in the morning, and a glass of water as soon as when we go to sleep. This calms down, and for doing it before sleeping avoids bad dreams also, and avoids also waking up during the night. And of course, if the moment is really difficult, so not only small stresses, but a more intense kind of situation, we always have to remember that talking to a friend or some person who can understand us, it's always incredibly relieving, and it is something that we sometimes we don't want to do when we are too sad, for example, but we should force ourselves to take the phone or to go and see someone, a friend, a good friend, or maybe just a person who we think can understand us. So what else? I think I'm done with my tips. Yes, I am. Okay, so.
Grazie.
Prego.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that. I think even I've vented to Linda before about my neighbor, you know, it always feels good to talk to somebody about something. But
yes, it can also be the neighbor, nice.
And something that just popped into my head, and I'm not going to take up time with this, but if you have any tips, if you would put them in the chat. I've noticed I'm becoming a mouth breather a lot more than I am breathing through my nose. Just
that's terrible, Chelsea.
What?
That's awful for your health.
Yeah.
That's why I need some tips. So, Anne, I'm doing it at night. I am lip taping at night, but still I go and I play soccer and I realize I'm out there and I'm like, but I need to, you know, I need to be switching it. And even just talking with you guys, you know, I'm not breathing through my nose. So if anyone knows anything about that, please send tips my way. But in the meantime, I'm going to pass the mic to Lucia.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Alicia. I tend to be a very hyper person, so I'm going to try some of your tips. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm Lucia, and I'm happy to be part of this celebration today. As mentioned earlier, for this occasion, I'm wearing my dad's special Christmas hat that I gave him. It says Buon Natale on it, which is Italian for Merry Christmas. My dad is from Italy, and he was an intricate part of my life and always brightened my spirit. And that's why I wanted to include him today. Which is what my pillar is. The fourth pillar is spiritual wellness. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the challenges this year, this time of the year, and how we can support ourselves during that time. A lot of the stressors that were mentioned in pillar 2 also affect our spiritual well-being. But I have a short list of some other things that may resonate with you. So I'm just gonna shout them out and just think about if that's something that you feel during this time. Do you have a list to do as long as your arm, which may include decorating, shopping, cooking, baking, cards, parties, and possible travel? Are you inundated with invites, church bazaars, fundraisers, where everyone wants your help and your donations? Do you sometimes get a little concerned about the extra expenses? Do you ever have difficulty saying no or having trouble coming up with a polite excuse or try to make an explanation? I know that is one of my biggest issues is I don't want to say no to anybody. Do you have family members that don't get along or picky eaters attending your holiday meal? Are you unrealistically expecting them to get along just because it's the holidays? Because it's not going to happen. What about you? Are you putting unrealistic expectations on your plate by trying to please everyone and make 10 side dishes? Does any of this sound familiar to any of you? Does it kind of make your head spin? Well, often this is how we feel during the holidays. So it makes sense that many people don't enjoy the blessings and the gifts of the season. Whether you celebrate the holidays or not, this time of year can challenge your spiritual well-being. For some, it can also be a time of grief and loneliness when we think about loved ones who are no longer with us. The colder weather, shorter days, and lack of sunshine can also contribute to winter blues. The good news is there are many ways you can make your spirits brighter this winter and holiday season, and I'm happy to give you some suggestions to consider. Before addressing the holidays, though, I'd like to discuss how we can enjoy the winter season and see it as a blessing rather than a burden. Even though not everyone here experiences cold weather this time of year, you can still apply my tips to many situations. There's a unique beauty to winter filled with gifts that you can find right outside your door. Studies have proven that spending time in nature connects us spiritually and increases positive emotions such as happiness, love, compassion, appreciation, and focus. Nature also reminds us to be mindful and patient and have patience with the changes that might be taking place. With that said, I'd like you to join me on one of my favorite morning journeys that I do every day before I start my day. So grab your coat, put on your gloves and hat, slip on your winter boots, and take a mindful walk through the winter forest. Before we begin, Chelsea's going to put on a little bit of background noise to help us relax. I'd like you to try to be fully present in the moment. If it's comfortable, close your eyes and engage your senses as we take an imaginary walk through the forest. Take a few minutes here just to allow yourself to relax. With your eyes closed, imagine standing at the edge of a field. You can see a tree line where the forest begins and a trail. You walk towards the path and enter the woods. As you look around, you notice how most of the trees are bare, but still have a few lingering leaves. Many trees are now producing seeds and berries as winter food for wildlife. As you continue walking, become aware of your stride. Listen to your steps and hear the sound of leaves and twigs crunch under your boots. That's the sound of you connecting to the earth. Notice how the light from the sun cascades through the tree branches and allow it to warm your spirit. Look up between the trees and see the sky that is vaster and bluer this time of year, and that all the bird nests are more apparent. As you keep walking, listen to the sound of the blue jays communicating and the rustle of squirrels running through the fallen branches and leaves. Feel the crisp, cool air on your face and allow it to energize you. Look to the right and appreciate the majestic tree as it approaches its dormant state of rest. The path you're walking on now winds around a slight corner. As you approach that corner, you see a stream. You continue toward it. As you get closer to the stream, you hear the water trickling over some fallen logs and notice the trees swaying in the breeze. Be still here just for a few moments and allow yourself to take in the peace. After your short rest, you decide it's time to head back. On your walk back, as you continue to enjoy your surroundings, you notice a woodpecker feeding off the sap on the tree pine, and you appreciate the other birds moving about in search of winter food. Before you reach back to the field where you began, you notice there's a pine cone on the ground. You pick it up and roll it in your hands, feeling the texture and realizing that the scent reminds you of something pleasant from your childhood. You gently bring it up towards your nose and breathe in its clarifying and uplifting fragrance, taking you back to a time of happiness and celebration. As you approach the bright entrance to the path where you began, you pause, turn around and look back, taking note of the beauty and how calm and relaxed this just made you feel. You can visit this place anytime you'd like. Take a nice deep breath through your nose, feeling all the glory of nature in your soul, and slowly exhale out through your mouth and begin to open your eyes, returning to your awareness. You just took a forest bath, referred to in Japan as Shinrin Yoku, which is very therapeutic for our spiritual well-being, and it teaches us to be present in the moment. You don't have to live near the woods to enjoy nature. You can experience the benefits in your backyard or outdoors. And if you're a beach person, you can do this on a quiet day at the beach. Spending time in nature is one way to nurture your spirits and enjoy the season's beauty. But what are some other things that we can do? By the way, how did that make some of you feel?
Lucia, that was so beautiful.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Just so unexpected and such a gift. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever noticed how excited children get over the smallest things, especially this time of year? Kids love the holidays and the snow, and they can't wait to play outside in it. There's something releasing about running through the yard or sledding down a snowy hill. I grew up in Chicago, so I had plenty of snow to play in. Why not connect back to your childhood and go outside and have some fun? Build a snowman, make snow angels, have a bonfire, and appreciate winter's favorite pastimes. What are some of your favorite winter pastimes? Anybody?
Snowshoeing.
Snowshoeing? That's pretty cool. Anybody
We lived
else?
in Texas for a while, and we lived in Asia for a while as well. And both my husband and I are from cold climates, from Michigan and New York, and we missed winter. Having eternal summer, many people think is wonderful in heaven. It's lovely, but we missed winter and fell in love with winter again. If you're warm, you're happy is my tip.
Anyone else have a favorite winter pastime?
I like to make snow angels.
Snow angels, skiing. Did somebody say skiing? Yeah, skiing is nice. Well, like I said, growing up in Chicago, I kind of had to make the best of the winter. So we did a lot of fun things. If you don't have snow where you live, that's okay too, because you can just go out and have some simple fun. Having fun is a healthy part of life, and you'd be surprised how much less daunting our responsibilities feel after taking some time just to laugh and have fun. And you know what? If you get pooped out, you can always go back to adulting by putting on a pair of your favorite cozy pajamas, curling up on the couch with your favorite blanket, book, and a cup of hot beverage. The point is, take advantage of the season, make it fun, and make it about you too. This time of year is a time for self-reflection, and the shorter days and longer nights offer more opportunity for that and for us to be quieter, calmer, and more internally focused. To conclude, I'd like to briefly share just a few more ways to enhance your spiritual fitness, specifically related to the holidays. I think a lot of us feel really pressured around this time of the year. Just keeping up with everything, traditions, like I mentioned, trying to keep everybody happy. But you know what? If you're not up for all those traditions, it's okay to cut back on some of them and just choose a few that have the most meanings. And there's nothing wrong with creating new ones that fit your busy lifestyle. Remind yourself to be present in the moment like you were on our nature walk, and enjoy what you're doing rather than thinking about what's next. If you're decorating the tree, I have to take this hat off, I'm sorry. See you later, Dad. If you're decorating the tree, think about the memory behind each ornament. If you're standing in a store line, use the time to read something uplifting or talk to the person behind you. I think after going through COVID, we all need that personal communication with people. The same applies to a traffic jam. Listen to some uplifting music and sing. Consider helping those in need. It makes us more grateful and reminds us of what really is meaningful. Focus on what you can control, accept what you can't, and let it go. For example, accept that you may not be able to change your family dynamics. At the end of an overwhelming day, step back and ask yourself what you can do to make it easier for the next day. And finally, take time to rest, to breathe, meditate or pray, and allow this time to nourish your soul. It will help create peace and joy when you connect with your loved ones and friends and focus on what's meaningful rather than fussing over what's not. Thank you, and I hope that you all have a happy winter solstice season and holiday. Remember to take notice to the moon too, because this time of the year, it's brightest and most beautiful. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you
Brava,
so
thank
much.
you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Lucia, would you share the text of the walk we made?
Yeah, I can send it. Yeah, I'll send it to Chelsea.
Can you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I get the honor of closing out this session, which has been really so wonderful. I have learned so much from all of you. a reminder, I'm Jane and I'm here in the DC area. And I, I just want to, if you don't already have yourself on gallery view, put yourself on gallery view so we could all see each other for the last few minutes. Okay. And I just want to remind everybody that we're our own best example of spiritual fitness, right? This coming together, this being part of a community, a common, we're bound by a common goal. And it's just really wonderful how we can all be here and learn from one another. And that's really exactly what this peer-to-peer session is all about. We all have experience and knowledge and wonderful gifts to share with each other. So I just want to thank everybody who led and contributed to this. Your presence here has been wonderful. And a reminder that we want to learn from every one of you. So please reach out to Kirti or Chelsea or any one of us who plan these sessions, and let us know if you have something to share, something that helps to reinforce what we have learned together in the training. So, so please keep that in mind and let us know. So a couple of thank yous. One, to all of you for being here, for being the wonderful ambassadors that you are for this foundation. Two, to the people who led the session today, who are part of our core planning group. And just kind of raise your hand: Amy, Linda, Lucia, Alicia, Mary Lou. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. It's, such a pleasure to work with everybody, and I hope you appreciate some of the education that they're sharing. But really, most importantly, okay, this wouldn't all happen without Chelsea and Kirti. Chelsea, just like, she's always there keeping things humming. Kirti is a wonderful leader. And so I'm going to just play this little chime here. Okay. Can you guys hear this?
No.
No? Oh.
No, we can't hear.
I'm trying to get it close to my ear pod. Well, now can you hear it?
A little bit.
Okay, this side. So these are Koshi bells. Anybody here familiar with them? Some of you, I'm sure some of you are. They are made in the Pyrenees in France, and they're these beautiful bells that are each in tune with one of the elements of nature. This happens to be a fire bell, but there's also earth and water. And what am I missing? Earth, water, fire. What am I missing? Air.
Air.
And so we wanted to get together and give one as a gift to Chelsea, the water, the fire, and Kirti, right? The water, you keep us flowing, right? And so we will be sending one out to each of you just to express our gratitude and our thanks. Okay. And so I know we're like at the time are running late, but I was wondering if we could just all kind of take our arms out to the side. One really big group hug. Thank you for being part of this community. Namaste, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jane. That was so lovely. Thank you.
So thanks, everybody. And if anybody has
thank you.
any final comments, please feel free, and then off we'll go.
It's been a great year. So really happy with how this year turned out, and thank you all for being a part of it. And I hope that we see you soon, because we just have more coming all the time.
Yeah, more to come.
We'll see you
Cheers.
soon enough. So cheers, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming. Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Who won the drink?
Oh.
We all did.
Yay. That's perfect.
Too many
We're
good
all
ones.
winners.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Happy
you all. Thank you so much
holidays.
for being here.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Ciao. Thank you.
Ciao.